Tony Dye, UCLA junior safety, again with us. Tony, breathing a little hard, like you said. Was that extra conditioning a little punishment, or was it more just time for it?
Oh, completely optional. Coach asked if anybody was afraid of greatness, so we had to have a good turnout over there. So we had a lot of plays defensively, especially myself in particular. So I want to be ready for Stanford in case that kind of thing happens again.
Talk about taking ownership as a team of what happened, and also taking ownership of your future and what that means. Just to really own a loss and say, we did this, we didn't perform the way we should have, and then try and correct that for the next week.
I mean, you talk about ownership of the loss. We talk about things like the Hagler-Hearns boxing fight. It's legendary. You got to be able to get punched in the mouth and get right back up and punch again, because it's two great fighters going in the ring. That's what we got this week. We got Stanford and UCLA, two great fighters. We've been punched in the mouth, and I think it was good for us, to be honest with you. I mean, of course, I always take a win, but yeah, it's always nice to get punched in the mouth a little bit first.
Last year it was the Toby Gerhart show, and Andrew Luck was, just a kid. Now Gerhart's gone, and Andrew Luck is apparently another a top 5 pick in the future. Do you see a big change in Stanford in terms of what you think they're going to do? Do you think they're going to still try and feed you, the run like they did with Gerhart last year, or do you expect it to be the Andrew Luck show?
See, I expected it to be the Andrew Luck show originally before the Kansas State game, but we showed a little run weakness in the defense. So we're kind of playing at both, balancing at both. Coach Bill's got a great game plan in mind. So I think he's pretty locked into what they want to do. So we're just gonna follow the game plan, and whatever they throw at us, if they want to run heavy, if they want to pass heavy, we'll be ready for it.
Tony, going into the last game, obviously you don't think that people are going to lose assignment. You don't think that people aren't going to be gap conscious, and then you have that issue. Stanford's a pretty good play action team, and they run the ball pretty well. How important is it going to be, especially in this game, to really have the assignments down and really have the tackling down that wasn't there in the last game?
It's going to be of utmost importance, because we got Stanford's an extremely disciplined football team. As was Kansas State. I mean, they huddled up before they ran off the field every time. So when you got disciplined teams like that, if we don't have gap assignments, things like Kansas State happen. They ran all over us, and so I think that's what we've really been stressing this week is make a play, but do it within your responsibility. And thank God a lot of the D linemen, linebackers, everybody's been getting it right this week, so I'm happy.
Did you see a little nerves going against Kansas State? 6 of the 7 defensive front 7 were first-time starters. Did you see that a little bit?
Oh yeah, especially in the beginning. Especially in the beginning, that first drive, you could definitely tell there's some bright eyes out there. But luckily they focused in. I think because they're all older guys, so now that everybody's settled down, I think it's no big deal anymore.
Tony, you obviously started last year. You got those jitters or those nerves out early, and yet at the same time, does it happen in the first game, or does it take a little while really to just feel like you're in complete control out there?
Well, personally, it always takes me one hit. As soon as I get past one, whether it be just taking on a block or anything, just get a quick feel for the speed of the game, the impact of what they're bringing. Then after that, it's locked in for me. So.
What about for the other players? Do you think it's going to take a little while for them to really feel like that they're in control of themselves and of the team, or does that happen late in the season?
That's an extremely good question. Only time will tell. But I think since we have all the new stars, are relatively all older cats, I think it's really going to be more like me, where it's just going to take a play, and I think we're going to jump into that comfortable mode right away. I'm thinking this week, because like I said, a lot of the guys are older, they're mature, they know how to handle themselves, but everybody's going to be nervous the first game.
Yeah,
that's just the way it is. It's college football, but I think we're ready to go now.
Good stuff. Tony Dye, UCLA junior safety. Thanks, man.
Yes, sir.